I just made a video really quickly for my other channel, Queer Black Wealth, and I wanted to make sure that I made these points for small business owners who are clients or potential clients of mine who happen to follow me on social media, as well as bookkeepers and enrolled agents and tax preparers that I mentor. So, on our side of the coin, if you are a small business and you are an established enough small business to have contractors working for you, and you might be teeter tottering on the idea of if you are classifying them properly, right? You don't know if you should go ahead and bite the bullet, pay the payroll taxes, and make them a W 2 employee or not. There is some information on irs.gov. Go to the horse's mouth, okay, to find out and to test to see if you actually are treating that person in a misclassified way, right? Which basically means if they are classified by you as an independent contractor, you're paying them with a 1099 all gross, but you control their time, you control their tools, they wear your shirt and logo, right? They're basically acting and performing and operating as an employee, and it can be seen as a misclassification where the penalties are very hefty. The reason they're hefty is because what the IRS does is they backpedal all the time that you haven't been paying payroll taxes for this person and using a W 2 to track that, right? And they penalize with late fees and interest all of those missing payroll liability taxes. So that's why, for small business owners who are misclassifying people, that's why this hits so hard. Okay, so definitely look to seek professional help from a tax preparer that you trust, a credentialed EA who can look at things backwards and help you plan forwards, or with your bookkeeper to see, or your manager, office manager, or key employees that help you manage your business to see exactly if you are classifying people properly. That March 11th ruling that finalized what Biden brought up in January actually is now being kind of cracked down upon by the U.S. Department of Labor. And because of some big boys getting a lot of, heat around that, smaller businesses and medium-sized companies are actually going to be looked at as well. And I want you to be prepared. So definitely look at that with your accountants and all the people that matter, that know your books and know how you spend your money on people and how you get things done for your business to see if you're classifying people properly. It's going to matter. Don't wait. Do it now. Get it out of the way, because not only are they doing that, after this year is up, BOI, right? Beneficial ownership information is going to be a big thing. So we are rolling into a time here where small business owners have to truly step up and act like sharp people. Okay. If you don't know something, ask a tax professional that you trust what those things are so that you can look at your situation, not your brother's business compared to your business situation, to see what fits you. All of my bookkeepers out there, all of my enrolled agents and tax preparers out there, you see your business's books. You know when they are misclassifying somebody. You have a bird's eye view of this. It's going to be your responsibility to make sure that you are letting them know. I personally recommend that you do it in writing. You know that old saying for public speakers? I think it was Zig Ziglar. I forget who said it, but they say, before you do any public speaking, to make sure you're heard, you tell them what you're going to tell them, then you tell it to them, then after that, you tell them what you told them. Use that 3-point system when communicating things like this to your small business clients. If you can see in their books that something looks a little bit confusing, or that there's a really heavy reliance on a contractor that really kind of operates like an employee, ask the questions. You don't have to be, arrogant in the way that you do it or scared the bejesus out of them, but you do need to ask the questions you need to ask so that there can be some disclosure, discussion around it. Notate that in your own work journal, and also send them something in writing, an email, but something in writing referring to the fact that you did discuss it, and that business owner decided that that person was going to be an independent contractor, not an employee. And make sure that you allude to that in that email or in any written format that you send that information to them. And then, of course, make sure that you follow up at the end of the year again, or as you're planning end of the year reporting for them for their finances, if this has changed, or if they're going to update it, or if anything else needs to be discussed, or if they need more information that you can provide to them about the matter. Make sure you're following up, because you telling them and then writing down that you told them and then following up on it is going to be really key for you to not have E&O issues on your liability insurance as you work with your small business clients who are really just getting used to classifying independent contractors and employees properly with their business. We don't want people to get penalized, but we also don't want people to be constantly living in a state of panic. So, as it relates to this ruling, just make sure you're being prudent and make sure that you are informing your clients as much as possible what the deal is and how it might affect them. After that, you did your best, right? And at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the business owners out there to make the right decisions, make the right choices, and figure out ways to do the best for their business and the best for themselves when it comes to this. Because payroll liability taxes they're a bitch. I mean, they're expensive, but being penalized on them is worse.